All I'm saying is finesse game strong. Like hella finessing. Before you go to the net, you have to evaluate the field, strategize how you're gonna get to the next side to make your goal. These companies were sending her the clothes, but were they sending you coins? Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Liv if you're new. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that has sprung up a lot of conversation here on YouTube, and that is Visa Bae. Firstly, the fact that mans are calling her Visa Bae is a joke. She's basically a YouTuber and an Instagrammer, Instagram bae, from the UK. And basically what happened was her visa is running out, and she started a GoFundMe page reaching out to her subscribers and her followers to help her in raising £2,300, and it just turned into a big joke, a big catastrophe. So I'm gonna talk about it. I'm seeing a lot of backlash and a lot of arrogance and ignorance, as well as just a lot. So I'm just here to share my opinion. I'm like, there's no way this topic is going by and I'm not gonna say something about it. This whole situation really got me heated. When I first heard about it, I was like, no way. I couldn't believe. One, because it was RLT. Like, I'm not a real fan of hers. I never really cared for her, like her posts or anything or whatever, but I know who she is. She posted a half-an-hour video and she was chatting at such a slow rate. I could not. It really took me a few days to get through, honestly, because I really did want to hear everything that she said. Basically, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and my opinions that are off the top of my head right now, because there's way too much going on and there's way too many things in this one story to talk about. This video is not to bash her, but what she's doing is unacceptable. Like, it's really unacceptable. First of all, a lot of people's first argument is, you're a YouTuber, you should have money, or you're an Instagram personality and you're doing all these different things with brands and you should have money, so why are you asking us for money? I'm sure you guys have heard this millions of times sung by YouTubers. YouTubers do not have bare guap, okay? YouTubers do not have bare guap. Influencers do not necessarily have bare guap just because they're on YouTube and Instagram. There's not a direct correlation between the two. Okay. People are just blanketing this situation under social media is fake, or Instagram is fake, or this and that, this and that. I hate when people say things like that. Like, it actually gets on my nerves. Like, I think we've advanced enough as a society and as a culture to know that social media isn't fake. Like, that's a whole nother debate. But when social media is being used to create businesses and functions as a gateway to connection and networks, like, don't even get me started. That's the technology that is social media is so powerful. Don't come with the basic foolishness about social media is fake. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. First issue of this whole situation, which allowed this thing to become as big as it is that she's an Instagrammer on Instagram, posing and fronting and presenting a lifestyle that she doesn't herself own. And so people are asking the question, okay, why, if you're having all these designer bags, why can't you afford your visa? Why are you begging us for money if you're using your money this way and that way? In her video, she stated that the designer bags that we see in her pictures are borrowed from her friends just because they match the outfit. And I'm not defending her to say that guys are not hers, so don't have any talks, because that in itself is stupid. Like, if it's not, firstly, if it's not yours, don't pose like it is. If you can't afford it, don't pose like you can. And I understand where she was coming from, in that she believed, and like many of us understand, you have to look a certain way to, one, become big on a social media platform, but also you have to look a certain way for other companies to want to approach you and work with you. What she essentially tried was to fake it till she made it, and she was faking it, but she wasn't making it. Girl can say as much as she wants, oh, I wasn't pretending to have it. Honey, like, were you tagging your friend's name, or were you disclosing that the bag wasn't yours? You were pretending to own it. Stop. Half of the things that this girl said are contradicting one another. She went on Channel 5 News and the interviewer asked her she asked her a question and she told her that she's not portraying a certain lifestyle, or she's not doing this, she's not doing this. Yes, sweetie, you are. You are posing in clothes that were given to you for free. You are borrowing designer clothes, and you are wearing long inches that were given to you by brands. So are you trying to work with brands, or are brands working with you? All you have to say is that it's a back and forth. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like you're making any gains, because you're still in a mess. Like, you're still in a mess. One thing that is evident that she messed up on is how to market herself on social media, and a lot of people don't know how to do that just because it's such a new industry. And so what it seems like is that she made these posts on Instagram. She wore the clothes, put on the hair, borrowed the bags, but she wasn't getting paid to do so. So she said that these companies were sending her the clothes, but were they sending you points? Another thing that was a problem was that she had many years to come up with some money for the visa. This is when, if you don't know nothing, don't talk. So visas, I don't know if you guys think it's a one-time thing or a little two-time thing. Like, visas are, they come in increments. Basically, they come in increments. So it can be 2 years, it can be 2.5 years. I don't know which kind of visa she got, and that's even England. I don't know what kind of visa she got, but basically she didn't have a visa for permanent stay in the country. I'm gonna just use like simple terms. Basically, it was she only had temporary visas. I don't know if she had one visa. We don't know if she had 2 or 3 visas over the years. Like, we don't know, because she did not disclose that information. Basically, her visa was running out, and at this point, because she did not have money to apply for a new visa. This is the thing. People think that, oh, just go out and buy a new one. No, honey. No. It's not just something you can go purchase. A visa is something you have to pay to apply for, and it's an application, therefore it can be denied. Everybody's saying that she had 6 years to come up with the money. She's currently like 21 or 22, and she had like since she was 16. Yeah. Listen, I don't know about you, but I don't know any 16-year-old who would be concerned with their visa and worried about saving up money for their visas. A 16-year-old? No. A 19-year-old? Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know. Like, for me personally, I don't know. Like, I don't want anybody to try and come for me, but I don't understand how an idea of a visa just escapes your mind. At the age of 19, 16, 17, whatever, but 19, 20, like, come on, you gotta get it together at a point. Especially, like, she has a boyfriend, she does all of it. Like, you have all these things, but you're not remembering the thing that's going to keep you in a country. You know what I'm saying? And kind of determines your future. She also mentioned that she wasn't able to go to school. 2 things holding her back is, 1, the time. So obvious, the time. But also, when you are, I'm trying to use the actual terminology, but it's leaving me right now. But it's basically when you're a temporary citizen, so to speak, you can't apply for certain financial aid. And because she's broke, and obviously just can't afford it because it's really expensive to go to school. It's not feasible for her to go to school. A lot of you are sharing your opinion and forgetting the true value of these things. Visa is not cheap. School is not cheap. Even because she didn't have a permanent stay in the country, they could have potentially classed her as an international student, which ups tuition by like 3 times. So money where? She mentioned not being able to go on certain school trips outside of the country because of visa issues and whatever. And you have to understand that that's when it's important for a child to know who they are and understand that just because they miss out on this doesn't mean they're any less than somebody else. Like, you know, and I know it's hard to, you know, drill that into a kid's head. Like, no matter what, like, we're always gonna have like a little insecurity or a little doubt or whatever in ourselves as children. Like, that's just how it goes. But it's like, that's when it's really important to have that. And again, like, I don't know, none of us know what her family situation, who they are, how they interact with one another, the things they teach each other. We don't know. When somebody goes through something like that, like where they're constantly the one that never gets to go anywhere simply because of like something like a visa or whatever, then when they grow up, it's just like it's almost like the basic struggle story. Like, the kid struggles when they're younger, and as they get older, they go after the things that they weren't able to have. I think one of the most, I don't want to say disrespectful, but disrespectful things is people are saying, can't your boyfriend help you out? My issue in regards to the boyfriend and the next people them is not bringing the argument, oh, your friend should have helped you pay. Like, no, it's not their responsibility, in all honesty, to pay for you. Which for me, if my friend was like deep like that, like I would help as much as I can financially. But that's besides the point. Like, how your friends have been allowing you to borrow their bags for this long. Okay, your friends have been allowing you to borrow their bags for this long. Your friend can't borrow you some advice, can't borrow you some accountability, but can't tell you to get a job. They can't encourage you to they can't remind you. Like, I don't, like, that's what I don't get. They can't even give you like a 1-2 like checking. Like, if your friends don't check for you, especially when you have something this heavy weighing on your shoulders that constantly is like this shadow that's constantly with you, what kinds of friends? I'm not trying to say she has bad friends, I'm not trying to say they're bad people, this and that, but like, there comes a time. Another thing, she had a job at one point in like, it was like a banking job or something with finances, something like that. She had a job at one point and she quit the job because it wasn't for her. If you know in the back of your head that you're broke, that you have to be living with your friend, like, there's just some strategizing. There's just some things that you learn, like, as a young adult, that you can't. Listen, if you don't have a second job lined up for you to go to, you're not moving. You need to settle and work at that job until you can afford to move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were able to land this job. Many people, especially if you have like a temporary visa of any sort, will be very hesitant to hire you, and you don't have any education higher than a high school diploma. People will be hesitant to hire you. So when you get a job and you're in a situation like that, you stay in that job until you've secured a second one. And even if you've secured a second one, keep on both. Why do people think no, you need more than one income. More than one stream of income, people. And you want to live in London, England, come on, you gotta have more than one stream of income. She said in one of her videos that she moved to London with nothing, with no money and with no plans, and she was just giving it all to God, and she had 3 goals. God is not going to help you when you're idle. How you have goals with no plan? How are you trying to? Before you go to the net, you have to evaluate the field, strategize how you're gonna get to the next side to make your goal. And London is expensive, and it's not like she came to London and she's having a job in London. It's not like she came to London and she found some opportunities in London. She came into London and was idle. You know what I'm saying? If you came and you idle, fam, the same energy that you used to move from wherever to come to London is the same energy you should use to go find a job. The same energy that you're using to post on Instagram every single day is the same energy that you should be using to look at job listings. The same energy that you used to be going out every night to dinners and to parties is the same energy you need to be using in the grocery store to push through the buggies. I don't understand. The same energy that you're using to make these YouTube videos that clearly is not making gains for your life, or you're not capitalizing on anything and making gains, is the same energy you should be using to find a niche, to find an actual job. Wow, like, for real, it's the energy, and it's just the prioritizing that really is not intact whatsoever. Another thing about this whole situation that honestly just got me so cheesed is the fact that, listen guys, she knew what she is doing. She knew that this was not okay. It's not just, oh, I know there's backlash. What do you mean you know there's backlash? Why would there be why on earth would there be backlash? Did you say something wrong? Did you do something wrong? She disabled the comments, and the way she presented the whole situation, I have 1 month left, and she chose the thumbnail. Listen, this is not back in the day YouTube. You choose which thumbnail goes up. She chose the crying face thumbnail. She knew exactly what she's doing, and she titled it, I only have 1 month left. All I'm saying is finesse game strong. Like, hella finessing. She hella finessing out here. This thing has got me heated in all sorts of directions, and I think it's because it's her, like, specifically, and the way in which she delivered the whole situation and her whole like message just got me like that much more upset about it. But clickbait on fleek, finesse game on fleek. Okay, honey, some things were thought through. Don't act like you didn't know half of this outcome. Like, don't pretend like half of this was just such a finesse and such a setup thing. Like, yeah, you were genuinely in a situation, but you also tried to capitalize on the situation. Don't pretend like you didn't. Don't pretend like you didn't know what would happen. She has gained over 3K subscribers on YouTube since she posted that video, and over 10K followers on Instagram since she posted that video. You got more subscribers, you got more followers. Hopefully this time around you make better decisions. You learn how to actually market yourself. You know how much you're worth in the eye of a sponsor. Hit the subscribe button and click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video.